In Senior 5, there are 5 main important topics, which include Introduction to Economics, that is topic 1. Price theory is topic 2. Production theory and market structures is topic 3. We also have national income, which is topic 4. 5 is the structure of Uganda's economy. Then in Senior 6, we cover economic growth and development, which is topic 6. 7, development process and the choice of a development strategy. 8, development of agriculture and industry. 9, population and labor. 10, employment and unemployment. 11, money and banking. 12, inflation. 13, public finance and fiscal policy. 14, international trade. 15, economic development and planning. And finally, 16, public and private enterprises. Now, for learning and really understanding economics, in order to become a very good economist, you need to be very practical in the way you read and the way you interpret concepts. I'm sharing about the 14 most important things that you have to do in order to become a good economist. Number 1 is that there are basic topics which you need to understand first before you start reading some other topics. So the sequencing of the topics based on the NCD syllabus is that there are topics which are important to be covered first. For example, topics like Introduction to Economics, Price Theory, Production and National Income should be covered in that order before you move to other topics. So even schools which split different topics, it is important that we cover foundation topics first. And number 2, when learning a lot about the theoretical concepts, it is important to use practical examples from Uganda to enable you understand also what is taking place in the field of economics. Number 3, it is important that you supplement your information and the knowledge of the economics textbooks by using some other detailed reports. For example, when you are dealing with the budget, it is important to read about the budget of Uganda, read the budget for different years as it has been read by the president. So all of them are now online, and I think on this platform we are sharing with you all those important documents. If you are supposed to be good, you are supposed to continue reading the quarterly reports of Bank of Uganda, the abstracts of population and statistics, the annual reports from ministries, periodicals published by the World Bank, International Monetary Fund, the United Nations Development Program reports. So to get the current information about all the details and what is taking place in the field. So you should also go ahead and read all this content which appears in the newspapers. Fortunately, these days, all these organizations have websites. You can go there and pick the most recent reports, including the past reports. And number 4, national income should be learned with supplementary materials like the budget speech and the budget report, preferably of the previous year. So copies of these reports can be found on the websites of different organizations. For example, Bank of Uganda reports. You can also look at the Uganda Bureau of Statistics reports. Check their websites. You can also check the National Chamber of Commerce, the National Planning Authority, and many other online organizations and statutory bodies. They have their platforms online. We can check information. Another point to note is that it is very, very important to refer to statistics. So as a student of economics, you should regularly find out the current statistics from the National Bureau of Statistics. It should be housing statistics, population statistics, labor, the value from what comes from outside Uganda. All these are supposed to be done in that format. We also emphasize that at all times you should arrange and interface with experts in economics. Take your time to listen to the experts In most cases, these are talk shows which appear on TV. Unfortunately, our students normally don't respond to this. They don't attend to some of these important talk shows. So take effort that when somebody from Revenue Authority appears on TV is talking about taxation, that information is very helpful. Look at those who are talking about capital markets from Capital Markets Authority. It is very important. There's Uganda Investment Authority, who are talking about industrialization and the rate of industries, the contribution of industries, challenges faced by industrialization. You may also see when somebody from the Ministry of Labor is talking about employment and unemployment, the unemployment policies, the steps being taken by government with very accurate figures. You may also get somebody from Private Sector Foundation who is talking about the private sector and giving accurate information about what's taking place there. You may also get somebody from the Ministry of Agriculture talking about agricultural development. You get somebody from Bank of Uganda or any bank talking about banking. So always pay attention to all these discussions whenever they're taking place. Another point that you should take on is participation in continuous assessment, where there are many tasks at the end of each chapter, end of each topic. There are tasks which you need to do, and it is important that you read and continue assessing yourself so that you can see the gaps, what you have picked well and where you have a challenge. And another point that you have to look at is when dealing with statistical concepts, you should be creative and elaborative to be able to generate hypothetical data. Finally, I just want to talk about the kind of exams you'll be doing at the end of every term, at the end of every session in economics. So, you know, assessment is part of the integral part of teaching and learning. So for this reason, assessment is always at the end of every interaction with the teacher. They always assess. It helps a lot in evaluating the learner's knowledge, skills, and values. It also helps in providing additional support to the learner and also to revisit sections where the learner did not understand well. So at the end of the 2 years, you will sit for the final exams in economics, and there will be 2 papers. This is paper 1 and paper 2. Now paper 1 is codenamed P220/1. This is paper 1. It tests candidates' understanding of the basic economic theories. And it has 2 sections, A and B. Now section A contains 1 compulsory question requiring precise and concise answers, and section B has 6 questions where you can choose 4, and the 2 sections carry 20 marks and 80 marks respectively. 20 section A and 80 section B. Now when we go to paper 2, paper 2 is a paper that tests students' understanding of the application of economic principles. And there are also 2 papers, 1 and 2. Section A has 1 compulsory question, it carries 20 marks, and section B has 6 questions. You answer 4. Each question takes 20 marks and a total of 80. So all these papers are very, very, very critical that you need to prepare yourself, and the preparation depends on the advice I've given you.